What's up, guys? So we are kicking off whitetail season. Neff and I, we're headed to Kentucky, leaving today. The plan is to make the trip, go to the grocery store, whatnot, but get down there in time. I had permission to park on private last year, which gave me better access to that public I was hunting. So the plan is to see if that old man is home, get permission again if he lets me, and then we're just going to run this evening and check some ag, glass some. Probably won't get out in the woods today, and then start hunting tomorrow. So it's going to be cool in the evening, warm in the day. It's pretty much the same thing we dealt with last year, and hopefully we get on some deer and I can get one down here this week. We're going to hunt for about 5 or 6 days this trip, and kind of the same rotation as last year. Go down here for the early season, go back down pre-rut, rut, and then if we still haven't filled a tag, then go back down in late season. So we're gonna get out of here, hit the road, got about 5-6 hours to drive, and see what we can come up with. Can I get a spicy chicken with no bun? Had to stop already. Ain't been on the road for 30 minutes and I got the hunger pains, so I'm gonna get us some chicken and keep on rolling. It is crazy how well oiled of a machine that Chick-fil-A, their drive-thrus are just like.
Yeah, you don't wait any time. Josh?
Yeah, man.
Here you go.
Good, good. I'm gonna give you this cup carrier back, man.
All right.
If you don't care.
I don't mind one bit.
I appreciate it, though.
Thank you very much. And here's your food: spicy sandwich with no white bun, a 12-pound grilled nugget, Chick-fil-A sandwich, no pickles, medium fry, Coke, and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yep. Like I said before, we're in Kentucky. Kind of just driving through the public right now to get a survey on one where people are at. It's the weekend. It's Saturday, so there's probably going to be some weekend hunters, but we've seen 2 so far, but we're just kind of driving around where we've hunted before just to see what type of pressure there is, and then seeing if we see any deer. There's a couple places I'll stop. I'm gonna glass and see if I can't see anything. We saw one doe on her feet back this way, so we're just going to ride around, survey the pressure, kind of get us an idea where people are at, where they're not at, and then try to find some deer. And then we're going to head to the grocery store and go to the hotel, get us a room, and get after it tomorrow. Went and got us something to eat. Didn't see any. We saw a couple of does this evening from the road. Didn't see any big bucks. We did see that a lot of the ag has already been cut, which is surprising because it's only mid-September. They usually don't cut until end of September, first couple weeks of October, but I guess the moisture content was right and they went ahead and cut it. And most of the beans that we saw are already, they're yellowing up. Some of them are completely browned already. So we're gonna get in the woods in the morning, look for some feed trees, these scrub oaks. We did see some of them that are loaded. Just don't know if the deer are using them, but we're gonna get a look around, and we checked into our hotel, got something to eat. We're gonna chill out, get after it tomorrow. Hopefully we can get on some deer. I told y'all, when you're in Kentucky, you've got to have permethrin. I mean, it worries me to get into the woods in Kentucky because of the chiggers and ticks. And I've already treated everything, but I can't even stand the thought. They're just as bad as bed bugs. So I'm gonna give myself another spray of it. And I really like that Sawyer's came out with the aerosol can instead of that real heavy spray. This seems to dry pretty fast. But we're gonna get in here. I hunted, there's this ridge line right here. There had nothing but bur oaks in here. I hunted here last year and was in deer in the early season, but it was like 100 degrees, 101 degrees when we were down here. And I'm gonna check this ridge to see if we can't find any feed trees, the bur oaks that they're dropping. We saw some yesterday, but they were all holding. So we're just gonna scout in here real fast. If we see any sign, I am gonna hang a camera up because I'm not gonna hunt here this evening. I'm gonna go check another area that I hunted last year and go from there. But we're just gonna kind of, I call it speed scouting, but we're kind of just gonna walk this ridge along this line of bur oaks and see what we see. And we're just doing some midday scouting. Like I said, looking in an area that I hunted last year, and they're definitely feeding on these bur oak skins. And I've already cut one open. And they look good, and you can definitely tell they're in here feeding again this year. So I'm gonna go get the camera, I'm gonna put it up and see what we get, because I'm not gonna hunt here this evening, but definitely gonna get a camera out and see what's moving through here. The other day on our Instagram story, I had 2 lint rollers in my gear pile. Well, coming down to Kentucky, if you've ever hunted Kentucky, chiggers and ticks, we've talked about it, but like, it's terrible down here. So every time I come out from scouting or in the woods, I always just take it and roll down my legs and then check it to see if I got any chiggers or seed ticks on it. And if I do, then it's a good way to get them off your clothing fast so that they can't embed in you before you get them off. And that's why I carry lint rollers with me. It's almost 3 o'clock. We're using the permission that we got from a private landowner to cut across his property and around his corn to get on public. Now, I hunted up on this little spine last year, didn't see anything, but it's a perfect wind for hunting it this evening. So this evening and tomorrow will be perfect wind. So I wanted to go ahead and take advantage. I'm gonna get in here and see if I can't see any trails or feed and funnel into this cornfield. And we're gonna hang up and set in and see what we see. Who knows? It's kind of an observation sit. I just don't want to go plummeting through the woods this early in the trip. It's just the first evening. We checked the area earlier and liked it. So depending on what the wind does, we probably will bounce back and forth between that area and this area. But we're just gonna take our time, get in here, look for a good tree that's advantageous for this wind, and then as it starts cooling down, the thermal should suck out of here and hit this little valley where the cornfield is and suck all of our wind down, so it should work out really good. It was northwest wind should be coming out of here and pulling back to where we came in from. So if this funnel coming out of here going to the corn, if the deer are using it, we need to be on this side of it. So I'm gonna look around for a tree and just kind of, I want to look up in here and see what kind of deer trails are coming out, and then we'll make a decision. We ready? What do you think, man? This is money. Deer's gonna die tonight. So it's about 4 o'clock, a little bit after. We're settled in the tree. After much debate and thought, we decided to just get up in a tree that's most advantageous for us for the wind and these thermals. We're gonna sit here till dark and see what happens. The wind's perfect. I don't know if the thermals will play a part because it's 8, 9, 10 mile an hour winds. So we're just gonna sit here and see if we can see the edge of the cornfield on private. And then hopefully these deer are funneling down. We picked a place where they're funneling down to the corn. We'll see what happens. Pretty uneventful evening. Saw 0 deer. But first evening out, thought we were in a good spot, good place for these deer to come off the bedding area and come to corn. We might try it again tomorrow. out of here, cook us a little dinner, come up with a game plan for tomorrow. Okay, the owls are active. In fact, the only thing that was active. Got back to the Jeep. Gonna get me a little on the road rubbing. Definitely ain't no celebratory crane dip. Didn't see any deer, but that's all right. We're going to go back and eat, like I said. We are going to try it in here again tomorrow, just because I like the area. And if we don't see anything tomorrow, then we will back up and punt and do something different. So back at the motel, fixing a little dinner for me and Neff. Zach said I'm spoiling him on the first night out. Well, see, we ate out last night because we didn't get down here till late. Cooking now. In here for second evening in Kentucky. It has got warmer this afternoon. It was really nice, but we do have a good breeze. Perfect wind for where we're going to set again this evening. Sat there last night, didn't see any deer, but I feel confident that deer are moving through there. They just might not have been coming through last night. So we're going to sneak in here. We've got plenty of time. It's about 2:30, 2:45. We're going to sneak in, climb up, get settled, and sit till dark, see what happens. Hopefully we'll see some deer. Well, we're just walking in as easy as we can, trying to stay cool. I'm gonna check the wind when I get up here to where I think I'm gonna set up. We checked a couple of oaks on our way in. They're loaded with acorns, but they ain't dropping yet. These deer might still be using this cornfield as their main source. So we're just gonna sneak in here and take a gander and look around a little bit and then make a decision whether to move on or set up. It's kind of wild walking in here, and that tree back here is absolutely loaded with acorns getting ready to fall. And then this oak tree right here, it's got a few on it, but it ain't nothing like that one back there. It doesn't look like this one's gonna produce a whole lot. There's a lot more tracks in here this morning. Those are all new. Those weren't in here yesterday. Looks like a bunch of doe tracks, but deer. Well, it is. I'd say it's about 3:30, 3:45 maybe. I don't know. 3:30. So it took us an hour to get in here. We're just gonna sit tight. Wind's good. It's blowing down out of public onto private. We just need a deer to walk through. That's all we need. Just one with decent horns. He ain't gotta be a monster. Should be a good evening. I mean, but it's hot. I mean, that's what you get when you come to Kentucky the first couple weeks of season. Yeah, we're gonna settle in here and chill out. Wait till, my guess is deer ain't gonna be moving till the last hour of daylight, so we're just gonna chill. Keep our eyes open, ears peeled.